Are we completely f***ed when it comes to Bitcoin? That's what I want to discuss today for all you people who are still into Bitcoin, even though it's down to 83,100, which I actually think is pretty good. But is it over? Let's discuss, but please remember that nothing in my videos is financial advice. This is not a financial advice channel. This is a channel based on my opinion. Now let's jump straight into it. Bitcoin's price, 83,200 as we speak, down around 23%, I think, from the highs, 23% as we speak. The low it reached was about 30%, which I did do a test on my main channel, and at a 30% drop, if you just invested only when Bitcoin dropped 30%, you would actually be making quite a lot of money over the long term. So in my personal opinion, great time to be buying. In fact, I was buying at 20 ages ago, but at 78K was when I first dipped my toes back into spot buying Bitcoin. You can see right here, and I actually bought some more at 81 just yesterday. So if you want to come and join the Crypto Strategy School, there is a link down there in the description. But what am I seeing on the TA for Bitcoin right now? Well, what can we see? These are lows, right? Right here, right here. These are the highs. So what can we tell from this from a more zoomed out perspective? Well, this to me still looks like higher highs, higher low, higher high, and a higher low. All right. So I think we are still in a bull market, right? According to the technicals. Could be completely wrong. This could break down to zero tomorrow and I lose all my money. All right. So don't listen to me. But I think from this point, we have made incredible gains simply buying when people were scared, buying when people were scared, buying when people were scared, and buying when people were scared. Now, even if this turns out to be wrong, and I actually bought Bitcoin right here at $40,000, right? I thought that was the bottom. And what an idiot I was, because, hey, guess what? We went from 40 to 18. But guess what I did? I bought here, I bought here, and I bought here. That was the best decision of my life, even though I was completely wrong. So, what can we learn from this? DCA, when everyone's scared, for the history of Bitcoin has proven to be the very best way to handle it, because you and I are not geniuses. Even though people in the comment section say, well, I'll just buy here and sell here, right? And haha, all of you guys are idiots because now the price is down. Nonsense. No one ever does that. And it's just nonsense, all right? So what is a practical way to handle these markets? I've been in the market since here. All right, I bought at $3,000. Guess what? I didn't sell any at $18,000 and I lost it all right here. But the only thing that I did from then on was research and buy things for a long period of time that I believed in. Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, yada. I bought down here for this 1,000-day period. 1,000 days. You lot are whinging about 100 days. What's this, right? From here to here is 70 days, guys. Pain. Look at this pain. From here until I next made a profit, 1,071 days. And you're whinging about 70 days. All right. So what could we learn from if this is where we are right now and this is where we are right now? So when Bitcoin was 9,000, Bitcoin was 40,000. Maybe that's where we are right now. And we go on to drop significantly another 60%. All right, we go into a bear market, and that's actually what happens, and everyone who comments is right. Bitcoin goes to $35,000, for example. Ask yourself these questions. Do I have supplementary income that I can afford to lose and I don't need for 5 to 10 years? Do I think that Bitcoin is going to zero, or do I think that Bitcoin is going to 250,000, a million, whatever? Answer those questions. Do you think Bitcoin is going to go up in the next 10 years from now? If the answer to those things are, yes, I have supplementary income I can afford to lose, yes, I think Bitcoin is going to go higher, what I would do, because those are my answers, right, is I would, just like I was wrong here, I would take the risk. I would buy at 40. I bought at 78. I took the risk. If Bitcoin goes to 60, I'll take the risk. If it goes to 50, I'll take the risk. If it goes to 35, I will take the risk because I believe in Bitcoin for the long term. Do the tariffs matter, right, for Bitcoin? No. Is Bitcoin being tariffed? No. Is $2.9 trillion being wiped out from the stock market worrying for Bitcoin? Yes. In the short term, because the same people who have the balls to buy and sell stocks have maybe 10% of those people have the balls to buy and sell Bitcoin. Those people also panic. So everything gets chucked out, right, with the bathwater, including the baby. The baby in this analogy is Bitcoin, and Bitcoin starts to go down. But 2.9 trillion was wiped out from the stock market, but Bitcoin is still $83,000. In fact, we had the tariff announcement and Bitcoin only went down 5.9%. The S&P 500, the whole American stock market, from its highs just before the announcement to now, went down the same amount. So in percentages, Bitcoin is holding up better than the US economy. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what will. Now, with the tariffs, right, it destroyed the market in the short term. Bitcoin has, stocks haven't seen a single worse day since the Rona-Ronason crash. So Bitcoin went to $3,800 during that crash. So the same amount of pain in the stock market now resulted in Bitcoin going to 82,000. Seems pretty bullish. Now, the whales would agree because GameStop CEO just bought $10 million worth of GME. Strategy acquired 22,000 Bitcoin. Kathy Wood bought 130 million of Bitcoin, and MetaPlanet, which is basically the Japanese MicroStrategy, bought 160 Bitcoin worth 13.5 billion. This all sounds very bullish to me. However, guys, you got to be long-term minded. This could still result in Bitcoin going down to the bear market lows it's seen every other bear market. But every time that happens, guess what? The people who bought in the bear market made tons of money just from having patience. Now, there is no guarantee that that will repeat itself. There is no guarantee that the US stock market will bounce back. But if we look at the history of just the S&P 500 and Bitcoin, these are the two charts we're looking at, S&P 500, Bitcoin. This is 2016. This is 2016. All right. So people might argue that we've been in a bull market ever since 2016. So let's go back to 1991. All right. Just simply dollar cost averaging into the US stock market has made obscene amounts of money. If you had bought Tesla in Rona-Ronason, yeah, you would have made more. If you had bought Nvidia in Rona-Ronason or wherever, you would have made more. If you had bought Bitcoin at the same time, yeah, perfect. At the very bottom of the market, yeah, you would have done amazing. However, no one can actually do that, all right? They'll tell you they can do it. It's nonsense. The only people who are actually, or the majority of people who are actually profitable, they just dollar cost average over time. And what I've found is weekly or monthly buys into things you believe in, plus buying in fear. That's why yesterday I bought the NASDAQ. I bought the S&P 500. I bought the All World Index. I bought Bitcoin. I dollar cost average over time, but I also buy in extreme fear. All right? If you want a place to trade, there is a link to Weeks down there in the description, up to $30,000 worth of bonuses ready for you right now. All you need is your email address and your password. Read the terms of service, but to access Weeks, you don't need a KYC, you don't need to provide personal details, and you do not need a VPN, right? So they have 1,000 Bitcoin in their protection fund. They have over 1,000 currencies and over 5 million users. And you can access all of this from anywhere in the world. So if you do want to trade Bitcoin or whatever crazy degen altcoins you guys like, you can do on Weeks and you can get that amazing bonus, but it won't last for long. So go and grab it down there in the description and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.